Holy cow.
Oh my gosh, they think we're fancy enough for wine glasses.
Oh, we are.
This place is kind of fancy.
It's unbelievable. Like, this is so much nicer than anything I could have imagined. It's really impressive.
Thank you for coming to welcome Josh Geddis and his kids, Lily and Connor, to their new forever home.
So I was on deployment, kind of wrong place, wrong time kind of thing.
On January 16, 2017, Josh was in East Africa, upgrading the securities of a forward operating base, when one of the barriers became unstable and came crashing down.
Folded me in half forwards, and instead of bending at my hips, I bent in my spine. So I had like a L1 burst fracture, severed my spine, broke a few other bones. And just luckily, like, I had a good group of people out there that were able to get to me quickly and give me the attention I needed.
He doesn't let his injuries stop him. He just keeps pushing and does whatever he thinks that he cannot do, he will do it.
Ended up on like a Skype call, and I was under the impression I was going to make a video for Gary, and then he ended up joining the call. And
you are most deserving of one of our specially adapted smart technology homes, and I get to be the one today to tell you that we'd love to make this home for you.
When starting the foundation, Gary knew that these life-changing homes would restore the independence and support the empowerment of our severely wounded warriors. It would allow them to rise.
So this is my current home. Not everything is quite accessible in here.
In our house that we're living in right now, the countertops are too high for him to eat, so he has to like pull out this cutting board.
The kids generally eat on the far side of the island, and then I eat at this fancy table here.
But the counters are just like perfectly, and every time we have to get something, he has to call one of us, so he can definitely reach it now so we can lay down in peace.
In peace.
Yeah.
One of the many things that I love so much about the RISE program is the specialized approach that we take to building these homes.
So cool. The counter's at perfect height. It's only 2 inches, but it'll just put my arms at a much better place. Much better.
I think it'll help him a lot more mentally and emotionally, knowing that he doesn't have to worry about these little things that fully able-bodied people don't have to worry about on a day-to-day basis.
If it's on the very first shelf, I can reach some of it, but nothing deep into it or up above.
Dad, you can actually reach it.
That's awesome. It's been a while. Oh wow. The sinks, I really can't get to well. Like, I have to do it from the side. So I haven't been able to really access like the back burners on my stove. I just can't get physically close enough to it because of the wheelchair. I can reach the back of the stove. It's also up higher, so like I really can't see what's going on like back in the pan. It'll make a big difference. I gotta learn how to cook real fast.
Josh, my hope is that this home and the comfort, rest, and protection, the refuge that it provides, would be a daily reminder to you of the support of a grateful community and a grateful nation.
I am truly blessed just to give back. It's the least that we can do.
Thank you for your service, for your dedication and commitment, and the sacrifices that you and your family have made.
You will never believe what the home is going to do for them. It's going to give them dignity. It's going to give them comfort. It's going to allow them to have as normal of a life as we can possibly give them.
My initial thought was just like how much open space there is everywhere, which has been not a thing for quite a while. So I go through this tiny little gap many times a day. This hallway is like 3 times the size of my hallway that I currently have. I don't think I'll run into any walls, break any fingers. Look at this. I can do that wherever I want.
Your sacrifice earned you our lasting gratitude, or our forever thank yous. Gratitude that inspired us to take action and help build an accessible haven for you, Lillian, and Connor.
Seeing the reaction of Lillian in particular when she walked into her room.
Oh my gosh.
She's helped take care of her dad for a long time. So seeing her have something that's just her own space and the reward of her squeals and giggles and delight to see her room and Connor as well.
Oh my God, I love the sticks.
So why don't you squeal?
I'm not like you.
Where's the squeal?
I can't say enough great things about the Gary Sinise Foundation and the RISE program.
I think like everyone, once you hear of the work that the Gary Sinise Foundation and the RISE program are doing, you become hooked because it is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to say thank you and to give back to the heroes who've given so much for us.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh my gosh,
TV in your
you have
room?
a tree in your room. That's crazy.
He gets a TV in his room. That's unfair.
Well, I'm better than you. I don't think I ever really thought about life for someone in a wheelchair. Like, it's not something I have had experience with really prior. When we first moved here, I had some friends widen this doorway for me. They took out the big bathroom cabinet and made a little bit of room in here for me. So if I'm trying to access the toilet, I come in forwards, or the sink, I come in forwards, and I can get to this part pretty well, but I can't quite turn around. It sounds like a really minor inconvenience, but when you do it day after day, like, it adds up, and some days are better than others. It'll be fun to experience, like, things that are like meant for me and like for my use.
I can, you can.
Ooh.
What? Okay, this is unfair.
The shower, there's plenty of room. Shower 360. The shower bench is stable. It's not all wiggly. Right now I'm just on like a temporary like pop-up shower bench. Like, this is actually meant for me. I haven't been in a bathtub since I've been hurt.
That is really deep.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of looking forward to. It's like a little mini hot tub in there. So that should help with some back pain.
Oh, brother.
I think I fit through the door. I haven't been in my backyard in 5 years. The problem is I don't fit out the door because of the width. I gotta watch my fingers, it's a tight fit.
That is so cool. 4th of July is coming up.
It's incredible how many people are involved in this.
Each person that helped build our house contributed a tiny little part to my dad's independence or to the things my dad will be able to do now.
This house has definitely brought a lot of opportunities for us and my dad.
I was just a regular guy who had a bad day at work. And the amount of people that have like come out to support me is surprising.
It's an expression of gratitude from thousands and thousands of our fellow citizens who care about our military and care about our veterans and who support the Gary Sinise Foundation. And they want us to do these types of things with their generous donations. So you're part of the RISE family now and part of the Gary Sinise Foundation.
At the Gary Sinise Foundation, Gary didn't want to just give a set of keys to the house. We do it fancy, and we're going to give an iPad. And the only question I have is, Josh, do I give it to you or Lillian, who might be the red eye?
Well, I don't know how to use it. Thank you.
I just wanted to say how grateful I am for your service to our country and what you've done, and God bless you, Joshua, for serving our country.